friend that I photographed was Nashua when he was a very old stallion at Spendthrift Farm and I was a teenager, young girl. And there was something about the way that he picked up his head and looked so proudly, like the look of eagles. You couldn't believe what he's seen in his lifetime, what he's lived through, the people that have admired him, the races he won. And that amazing fire in his spirit seemed so much more than you'd ever find in a younger horse. And I was just enamored of that. Nostalgia obviously is a tangible, we all remember it, but some of these horses we haven't ever heard of, and what gives us the empathy for them, there's something about the fact that these creatures, which could so easily disappear, are still loved and admired and tended to by people that are doing it not for glory, not because the horse is necessarily useful or worth any money, but just out of sheer love. And I just think a love story is a love story, whether it's between person and person or person and horse.
Sweetheart.
It is amazing, literally, you can just put a blog online about some horse that disappeared from the spotlight 20 years ago. Yeah, fantastic. But just people write to you and say, thank you, I remember I was there that day with so-and-so, I remember what happened with this. They just remember these moments. Between that and that mane, he's absolutely stunning. Perfect, perfect. And then, brings them back to that time, which we all seem to remember our older times as being better ones. And we all just remember their times with fondness and with such great respect for what these animals did. The first great horse I saw was Albatross, who was a Standardbred. And after that, Naya Tross and Naya later sort of went with the family line. Despite the fact that almost every single one is an unmarked bay, they just are incredibly beautiful and each have their own individuality just as much as any thoroughbred would have. And meanwhile, it's easier to get them and put them in a strange situation for photos without them panicking and saying, I'm not enjoying this photo shoot. Now we found him. As fast as his beautiful old legs will take him. To see an older horse in their 20s that is no longer useful, be covered with dapples, have the mane pulled correctly, just have people love them is just so heartwarming to me. I never get tired of that. Really, really beautiful.